Alrighty there, folks. Welcome along to RTG TV, where we are at Suzuka today for Thursday, Tier 2. And yeah, I had a bit of delay there due to technical difficulties, but we're here in lovely Japan, and we're seeing people already out on some of the Greenwald intermediate tyres. And I think that's one thing we still need to check is the intermediate championship that we were going to be talking about. But I think Kayaks is the only one that's doing it today. Anyway, we are here where it's going to be 18 turns, 5.807 kilometres, that's 3.61 miles. And it's going to be 27 laps of racing. And over the time here at Japan, at the Suzuka track anyway, over the years, there has been 12 world championships that have been decided here. As well, we do know that it used to be the final race of the season. But getting back to this right now, we've seen Prodigy up at the top of the leaderboard right now in that Williams. He put in a 1:27.670. Wait a minute, Super Striker set his time on the mediums. Yep, and we've got Matty Jones and Robo both just inside the 1:27s also. We'll have a real look and we'll see who else is on the lap. Here's Lee coming around the final two corners, flat out to the line. Let's see what he's going to put on board. He goes fourth with 1:28.5. Still quite a big distance off of Robo, who is sitting in third place right now. So let's see who else is going to be on a lap right now. Who hasn't set one? There's Aki just coming up to the hairpin. And he just come under the bridge, which is actually where it goes onto 130R. Which is quite insane when you think about it, as it's the only Formula 1 racetrack that is actually in a figure of 8, which makes it very unique. I would class it as one of the ultimate racetracks out there, very old school, and it's got a combination of everything. You've got the fast corners, the slow chicanes, and not to mention the S section in Sector 1, and not to mention also the elevation changes. And we've seen Ake coming to the line, as he's still yet to set a time. Let's see what he's going to be doing. He goes 8th with the 1:29 flat. Not a bad time indeed. Per Boden on a lap now. Didn't get a good qualifying last time, but I guess he'll be hoping to change that coming up. As for now, we will have a wee quick look at the standings here. And I think it was 2 seconds. Yep, so we were at Abu Dhabi just last week there. And yeah, so Chuck and Chuckle both are good. Wait a minute, that's not the right one, is it? Ah, yeah, it's my mistake. Yep, so. Oh, Prodigy. Let's see if we could get up there quick and see. Oh, has he beached it? Is that what's happened? I think he possibly has. Either that, or he might have had some hardware issues on his end with the wheel, maybe, or his pedals, which would be a right bummer. As we've seen the same thing happen to One Wheel Kyle last week at Abu Dhabi. He didn't have a good show and he was having hardware issues with his pedals, if I do remember right. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments below. But we'll have a wee look at the championship. So right now, Chuck is sitting first in that Mercedes in the championship on 28 points. Chuckle 5 points behind him on 23. Super Striker just behind that on 20. Then Royal Rumble on 18, 17 for Koyaks, 14 for Looneyman, Prof on 12, Pipple Kennedy 11, Lee Craig on 9, Perm Bowden 8, Taylor Danny on 7, GLC with 6, Matty Jones with 5, 4 for Triz, Danny Apex with 3, Arg with 2, and then Ginge wasn't able to attend, and Aki, One Wheel Kyle, and GT Ort all did not finish the previous race. So, a bit unfortunate for them lads. And the reason was getting okay. So, we'll have a wee quick look and we'll get back to it. We've got Danny, who's on a lap, I do believe. Nope, I think he's just on his way to the pits. Pipple Kennedy, I'm unsure if he's on a lap as he's got a lot of ERS, but no, he has got the fuel. So, forgive me there as he's coming around Spoon Curve there. Now on the way down to 130R where we've seen a great overtaking there in the pass between Michael Schumacher and Fernando Alonso. Fernando Alonso getting that going on around the outside of Michael Schumacher 2005 Grand Prix, which was a phenomenal overtake, if I do say so myself. Pipple Kennedy going top of the leaderboard right now with a 127.868. Nicely done from him. Still not quicker than Prodigy's time though, which was a 127.5. That's if I do remember right. But yeah, we've seen a couple of controversial moments as well, involving one Ayrton Senna and Alan Prost, where they've both collided at the, I think it was the 88 and 1990 races, where it actually ended up deciding the World Championship there again. I think both times, if I do remember right, ended up walking out. And there's Royal Rumble into the wall. He got a bit lucky there not to break anything, which I would imagine actually should have, to be honest. But he's got a Ferrari coming up and he's going to have to try and get the car pointing the right way around. And he's just busted his front wing up, I think. And if he doesn't get a move on, he's going to end up being disqualified for being parked in a dangerous position. Danny and Ginge have both retired from the session. It appears to be that was in the pit lane. But Royal Rumble man, just to get it pointing the right way around. One Wheel Kyle though is just coming up to the Degnas now, and you end up seeing the amount of load that ends up getting put on the left-hand side of the car, and then under that tunnel, and then up the hill to the hairpin. He just misses that apex. Could have got it in a wee bit tighter. Kind of just outbraked himself a little, and then you go up the hill and then back down and then up the hill again as you're coming into Spoon here. You want to try and use as much of that road of the track as you can there, as you're going to need to carry the speed all the way down this long straight here, and it's flat out all the way to the chicane at the end, which is be the last braking zone of the track. And here he is coming into the final chicane right now. We'll see what time he's going to be able to put on the board. Is he going to be able to get one better than 134.6? Let's see, he's coming across the line at 132.427, so that's better than Koyak's actually. 2 seconds. So we've got the Red Bull man of Koyak's gamer, and no, he can be quite quick, but of course he's not set a competitive time yet, as I think his time was on the intermediates. Yes, it was, so 133.021. That is his time to beat. I think he's going to easily smash it here, considering it was on the intermediate tyres. and on a dry track they're kind of like Bambi on ice. And as he's coming up to the hairpin now, gets that car rotated nice and smooth. This is going to be his one and only lap, so he's going to have to make sure that he doesn't invalidate it. Either that or he's going to be starting 17th on the grid. Coming up to spin car, he manages to keep it in nice and tight at the first turn, and he uses as much of the track as he can on the exit there. Nicely done. Now it's foot flat to the floor now. Pedal to the metal, straight to the chicane here at turns 17 and 18 here. He'll go one just to get the car turned in quite nicely there. He's got a car just ahead of him. I think that might be One Wheel KO. Yes, it is. Coix Gamer goes pole with a 127.579. Forgive me, I think it might be one qualifying. So yeah, that might not be pole. I do forget. But yeah, so he gets the fastest time there. Absolutely smashing. A 127.579 for Coix Gamer. Pippo Kennedy in second there, 2 tenths off of Coix there. And then you had Matty Jones, Robbo, Super Striker, Chuck, Chuckle, Lee, Ginge, Prof, Looneyman, Danny, Ake, Royal Rumble, and Perm Bowden. And being eliminated is Arg, One Wheel Kyle, and unfortunately Prodigy, who would have had the quickest time. I'll go and have a wee quick look and see what his time was. So his time was actually a 127.670, so that would have been good enough for second place had he not been disqualified, which I will say is it's a bit unfortunate when stuff like that happens. So just noticing some of the messages that have just came in, Team Kyle tonight and chat comms. As from John there, welcome along, John. Paul Jones Jr. saying, evening, what a track this is. Good luck, lads. Yeah, I've got to say, Suzuka is an absolutely smashing track, I will say myself. It's got everything they could really want and a unique layout. There's no other track quite like Suzuka, I will say. And we're already seeing some activity in the pit lane. We'll have a wee flash down and see who it be. So it's a McLaren of Looneyman and the Ferrari of Super Striker. And then we've seen a few other cars in the background starting to come out also. Ah, so I just realised I've been speaking to myself. I just realised I had my mic up. Yeah, as I've got two ways to mute my mic, or the controller, or putting the bloody mic back sitting up. So, yeah, thank you for that, John. And if I wasn't so stupid, I would have realised that. But in the meantime, the Royal Rumble put in a 128.4, and then we've got Super Striker who went quickest there with the 127.682. Danny still yet to set a time. He's on an out lap right now, same with Perrin Bowden and Aki. And Lee and Chuck are still sitting in the pits, same as Ginge, who's in the danger zone. Matty Jones goes quicker. Both Ferraris are doing awesome there. 127.661. So just 21 thousandths of a second quicker than Super Striker. Absolutely smashing there from him. We'll have a wee quick look. Royal Rumble, he is finished his lap. Rumble, where is he? Oh, he's just draining a little bit of fuel. Matty Jones already done his lap. Danny, who's just started the lap, we'll see how that papaya orange car is going to do. And here he is at rounding turns 3 and 4. These come up thick and fast. And there's 5 there. And at 6, of course, you've got to be a bit careful on these curbs, as they can be a little bit treacherous. Around Degna 1 there, and Degna 2. Could have used up a bit more of the track there, but in the end, it's him that's driving, not me. Not carrying as much speed around that corner as what, for instance, like Goyek's done earlier on. Pardon me, I'm really sorry about that. That kind of creeped out. But yeah, Danny coming around Spoon here, and now down this road all the way to 130R, and this is the part where he's crossing over the bridge that leads on the exit of Degna 2, and now to the final chicane. Let's see what time he's going to be able to put on the board. Is it going to be enough to get into Q3? Aki! Pardon the he was getting out the way for people. That is absolute bull, Aki. I feel so sorry for you, mate. It's disgusting when stuff like that happens, to be honest. But yeah. Sorry, we went back. Danny ended up getting a 128.607 there, putting him into 10th place, so he's in the danger zone. We've got Chuck, Ginge, Lee, and Perrin Bowden all coming up through Sector 1. We'll see who's going to be the first one. It's going to be Lee, who's just came out with Degna 2 there. Pipple Kennedy with a 127.525. That came out of nowhere there. Nice one from the Alpha Tauri man. Getting that onto first place, so he'll be nice and safe there. And we're looking at the cut-off point is looking like it could possibly be a 128.4, but we'll have to find out. So we've got these 4 other drivers still to go. We've got Lee just coming down into 130R now. See what time he's going to be able to put on the board. This is going to be his final lap here. He's going to have to beat that 128.6 in order to get in, at least. And he does. He puts it on 5th with a 128.082. Ginge up next, his teammate. Let's see what he's going to do. He goes in 10th with a 128.445. Chuck goes 4th with a 127.864. We've got Looney Man, who's out of fuel, and Koyas Gamer. So that is the end of the second of 3 qualifying sessions then. We're just waiting for all these folks to clamber and crawl back to the garages here. So just realising that in the 36 years that this track has been on the calendar, -2 for COVID during 2020 and 2021. So that's what 34 races that this track has held, and out of 34 of them, 12 of them have been awarded the World Championship here and managed to claim it. So that is over a third of the drivers have went and claimed first place in the World Championship here, which is quite a surprising number. And there we go. That is the end of Q2. Pippo Kennedy managing to get that fastest lap there, 127.5, just behind him by 1/10 was Matty Jones, and just behind Matty Jones by a ball here was Super Striker. Then you had Chuck, Coletis Gamer, Lee, Looneyman, Robble, Chuckle, and Royal Rumble. Royal Rumble just making it through by 45 thousandths of a second. Really close there from being in the elimination zone. So day top 10 will be moving on to the third and final qualifying session, where they will battle it out for pole position and that extra point that comes along with it. Unfortunately, Ginge, Prof, Danny, Pernboden and Aki will not be making it through. Aki getting unfairly disqualified. Will be starting in 15th, Ginge in 11th, Prof in 12th, Danny in 13th, and then Pernboden in 14th. So, nicely, unfortunately, they're not going to be able to make it through. Nicely done for the top 10 for managing to make it through. And we shall see how Q3 is going to be able to pan out. We've seen the Ferrari lads having a really quick qualifying pace here. Pippo Kennedy as well, managing to get the top in Q2 there, yeah, sorry. Yeah, so we're just waiting there, and we're seeing some activity there from McLaren. Oh, and the Williams of Royal Rumble popping out and saying hi quite quickly. 2 seconds, folks. I know. Kyle, what happened? Come back. So we've had One Wheel Kyle, unfortunately, leave the session. He's possibly disconnected. I just hope he's be able to get back within the 10-minute mark and be able to get back into his car, as we do know that is always a bugger, as he won't start the race in his car. The race will start automatically, and then he will be flung in his, be able to get flung in his car, that is. So here we go, we'll sit on board with Royal Rumble, and we'll see how he's going to be able to do this. He's going to be setting the benchmark here tonight, folks. In Q3, we'll see just how well he's going to do. We'll just sit quietly along and just listen. And got Koyaks up next with 128.1. Lee with the 127.8. We'll see who's up next. It's Robbo in the Haas as he's just rounding the final chicane now and foot flat to the floor to the line. 127.362. That's the fastest lap we have seen here tonight, folks. Can we get any quicker? As we've got the two Chuckle brothers here. Chuckle Vision. On a lap, we've got Chuck coming in first in that Mercedes. Let's see what he has got. Has he got what it takes to dethrone Robbo for now? No, he doesn't. He goes fourth with 127.822, only 11 thousandths of a second off of Lee in the Aston Martin Chuckle to the line in the Alfa Romeo. What time is he going to be able to do? 128.419, 1 thousandth of a second off of Super Striker in that Ferrari. He also splits the two Ferraris of Matty Jones and Super Striker. And now, this is going to be the sort of chill moment there, Royal Rumble. We caught you, bro. We caught you. Cutting corners. Tut, tut, tut. Now we're just going to wait for everyone to be going back into the pits now, where they will get refueled and possibly end up getting fresh tyres put on. I'll have a wee quick look and see. Yep, everyone had fresh tyres, fresh soft tyres on here tonight. We'll have a wee quick look back. Yep, so just seeing everyone getting back into their garages. I will say this track has been quite challenging for some, as we're seeing now some drivers into the 127s, even Robbo all the way into the 127.3, about 4 tenths quicker than Pippo Kennedy, who's sitting in second. He's absolutely smashed it and had an absolutely perfect lap. And then right behind him, I will say it is really close between second, third and fourth. And then you've got the closeness of the Ferrari sandwich there. We'll see Royal Rumble, who's straight out and he wants a clean track, none of that dirty air. And he's going to have to keep it on the track if he's going to want to get a lap in, that is, folks. Since when did Williams make lawnmowers? Must be a new thing, trying to get a bit more income. Makes sense. So Royal Rumble on his lonesome out on that track. Well, he was until Super Strikers came out. He's wanting to try and get some clean track in, clean track time, and it looks like his Ferrari counterpart, Matty Jones, is also thinking, you know what, why not? Let's get out there and get a clean track in, but then also could possibly be doing 2 warm-up laps in order to drain that extra little bit of fuel, as we do know that every kilogram counts here, and just 1 kilogram could make all the difference here and could determine pole position. Royal Rumble now starting his lap. We'll see what he's going to be able to do, as he is currently sitting in 10th place and he's going to really need to improve his lap in order to get a good qualifying position in. See him using up as much of that track at turn 2. Just misses the apex by quite a margin there at turn 3. Oh, and he's getting quite a bit of an understeer, it seems, just not being able to get the proper rotation in. We'll see how it does hit Degna. 1 and 2. Gets turned in a little bit too quickly there at the first corner. Doesn't go out as far as he was required. Hairpin nice and tight there. We'll see as he's coming up to Spoon if he is improving on his time. I think he quite possibly could be around Spoon now, and I think if I remember right, this is the Sector 2 switch over, is it? No, it's not, it's just a 4-130R. My mistake, folks. So here it is, he's coming up to Sector 2, now, Sector 3, and he's 7/10 up on his time. That is not going to be enough. That'll probably put him in 8th, but then again, the guys will possibly go quicker depending on what happens. Royal Rumble to the line. Is he going to be able to improve any more coming through that final sector? Yes, he does. He puts it into 6th place. Nicely done from the Williams man, putting it in with a 128.350. Super Striker up next as he's just coming around Spoon there. And now up to the final sector now. Got a little bit of traffic there, which gets out of the way nicely. He's up by over a quarter of a second now. And we'll see if that's going to be enough. That could possibly put him into 5th place for now, depending on how he got around that chicane to the line. And he goes up by 4/10 there. Nicely done. He puts that in at P5. Well, up next was his Ferrari counterpart, who's, funnily enough, at Spoon again. We'll see him go foot flat to the floor, down to 130R, which is really balls of steel corner. Well, not as much in the game, but in real life, you've got quite a set of nuts on you to go around that at full speed, but Matty Jones manages to do it to perfection there, getting to 2nd place with 127.703, 700ths of a second quicker than Pippo Kennedy. Still quite a margin off of Robbo just yet. No one has had an answer for him just yet. We'll have a wee quick look further down, and I think that's Koyak's Gamer who's on a lap, and we'll have a wee look and see who else is. Robbo's on an out lap. Come on, Robbo. No need to rub salt into the wind now. I think you already have that pole and that extra position, but you just managed to start a lap. And seen any movement there? Nope. Royal Rumble into the pits. Looney Man coming around 130R, and he is coming to the line. He isn't going to need to do another lap, as that is the checkered flag. He goes 8th with a 128.1. Who is up next? And I just missed that. I think that was a Ferrari there. We'll see. It is Lee up next, who's sitting in 4th with 127.811. We'll see if he's going to be able to get any better there. He sticks it to the right hand side as much as he can. 127.580. That puts him into 2nd place. Matty Jones invalidates his lap, so he's going to be sitting 4th or lower, unfortunately. Chuck, we'll see what time he's going to be able to do. Coy's Gamer's just coming out of Spoon, and so is Chuckle. We'll see. Chuck's going to be the next one up, as he is coming to the final chicane now. Manages to keep it, and he just invalidates at the final corner, and he pulls it into the pits. That is so unfortunate there. He just takes too much of that apex there. Turns in just a little bit too early there, too eager. Coy's Gamer to the line. He absolutely smashes it. A 126. Oh my goodness. What a lap there from the Red Bull driver. 126.9. Robbo has no answer whatsoever. He still goes quicker to 127.171. Almost 2/10 quicker. But Koyak's Gamer, that came out of nowhere. What a lap. Absolutely smashing there. He's going to get that extra point. He's going to get that pole position, and he is going to be starting the closest to turn 1 come the race. And now we're going to have a wee look at the 3rd and final qualifying session. So Coy's Gamer, that pole position, nicely done, absolutely smashing that there. Well, getting into the 126 is a Robbo, just getting dethroned there on the final lap and not having enough to be able to answer to Coy's Gamer there. Pippo Kennedy sits in 3rd, Chuckle in 4th, Lee in 5th, Matty Jones in 6th, Chuck in 7th, Super Striker in 8th, Looney Man in 9th, and Royal Rumble in 10th. What an absolutely intense qualifying session that was there, folks. And now we are going to be moving on to the main event of the night. This is going to be, if I remember right, 26 laps of racing here around, 27 laps around this 5.807 kilometer track, which is 3.61 miles. The race, so these guys are going to be racing 136.789 kilometers, or in miles, that is going to be 97.47 miles. So, as we see here, a little bit spicy here at the start. It's raining. We'll see it's going to be intermediate tyres for the whole grid here. And now we wait for everyone to get their strategies ready, as we may not know as much information as them, as it could be getting drier or wetter later on. Find out in just a few short moments. So quick welcome along to Oscar there, and now we're ready to get underway. We've got 5 red lights here, and we're away for the Japanese Grand Prix. And it looks like Codex has managed to get off to a great start there. We've got Robble just behind him, and then Pippo Kennedy. We've seen some movement just behind Chuck Mungin to make up a place, and we're seeing Lee just dropping down. And I think he has had a bit of a spin there. He's battling it out with, he's dropped all the way down to 12th now, and now it looks like Prof is having a wee look. No, he decides it's a bit too dangerous there, and we see Royal Rumble and Looneyman going side by side there around turn 7. I think that was there. Nicely done there from Looneyman, managing to move up into that 8th place. We're moving back up where Matty Jones is still quite close behind Chuckle there, and Koyak's not managing to get the take off that he's wanting. Seen there, oh, and who was that? That was the McLaren of Danny going wide there at Degna 2, and that allows Lee to, no, that's Ginge, sorry, to sneak it. Is that Lee? Yeah, it was Lee, sorry, who's trying to sneak it up the right hand side there, and just ahead you can see in the distance there, we've got Ginge and Royal Rumble battling out. Ginge is on the outside. Both Aston Martins run outside, and Lee runs wide, he outbreaks himself. Royal Rumble gets overtaken by Ginge. Is Lee going to end up being vulnerable to Prof just behind? Prof is absolutely booking it here. He's hoping to get the slipstream. Is he going to be able to try and do a Fernando Alonso? No, he isn't. He's going down the inside. Is he going to get the move done? No, but Lee goes wide, and he loses 2 places. Is he going to lose any more? Here is Prodigy trying to go up the inside there on Prof there. It doesn't work. Unfortunately, it looks like, just seen there, I think that was Pippo Kennedy there, getting overtaken by Matty Jones. We're seeing action all across the track. Aki and Per Boden battling out, and here we are. You've seen all this battling here. It's just unreal. Who is that in the Alpine there? That's a nice job, mate. Absolutely doing a nice job there. Reserving again. And he is battling out side by side around with Lee. He's got the outside line for turn 3, but that's going to turn into the inside for turn 4. Nicely done there from Nice Job. Manages to move up into 14th place. Let's have a look further up the field. As you see, Koyaks has still not managed to get that gap from Robble, but Robble's managed to get that gap from Chuckle, which has increased up to 1.7 there. Nicely done there. Matty Jones still right on the tail of that Alfa Romeo of Chuckle. He's not getting away. Prodigy going for a move there on Prof and managing to get the 12th position. And the GTR and the Arcus are swapping places there. Nicely done from these guys here tonight. Lee, unfortunately, hasn't had the best races. He's dropped down 10 places here. He qualified in 5th. So it's a bit unfortunate for him. Prodigy up at 6 places here. Yep, we've got John there saying, come on, Kyle. Oh, hopefully he does manage to make it. And it looks like nice job, mate. He's going for the inside line at 130R, and he makes the move stick. What a move there from nice job, mate. Going around the inside of Prof there at 130R. What a move there from nice job, mate. Got to say. Moving up, it looks like Danny could be looking at going to the inside of Royal Rumble, but I don't think he'll be able to do it, as it's quite a fast turn at turn 1. Ginge managing to move up on Looney Man. And I think I've seen that Chuckle being overtaken by Pibble Kennedy. There, I think I could be wrong. Danny still sticking right on the gearbox of that Williams out in front, sitting in 10th. See if he's going to be able to do anything. Robble increasing that, well, the top 2 increasing that gap now to 2 seconds on Matty Jones. As it was just the last lap here, it was Chuckle who was sitting in 3rd. Looney Man and Royal Rumble battling out. You've got the 2 McLarens here that are giving him bother, and going for that move on Looney Man has allowed Danny to pass. But it looks like Danny could be... No, Danny is safe for now. Nicely done from Danny, managing to get up into that 10th position. Oh, and you've seen both Danny and Royal Rumble getting a bit scary coming out with Spoon there. They're going to have to be a little careful there and make sure they don't spin out here. Rumble is still right on the gearbox of that Red Bull. Don't think we've ever seen that Haas battling a Red Bull, but Coyote's Gamer managing to get the fastest lap there. Then again, Matty Jones steals that right away like Robin Hood. 139.971, nicely done there. And we're seeing battling further down the field again. We'll have a wee quick look. Lee managing to make a move up on Aki there, but... Oh, it's way down here, sorry. Aki and GTR battling out there. Aki managing to make the move on GTR to Lee is unfortunately not having the best race. He is sitting from 5th place all the way down to 15th. That is quite unfortunate. We've seen Prodigy and Royal Rumble swapping places. I think Royal Rumble, being the team player, realises that Prodigy is going to be the quicker driver, but then again, just seen there, he just went a bit wide at Degna too, and we're seeing Super Striker and Chuckle battling it out there for that 5th position. Oh, we'll have a wee quick look at the front, and Robbo has managed to make the move on Coy's Gamer and has moved up into that 1st position. Nicely done there from Robbo, and we'll see if he's going to be able to open that gap up a bit more. With them 2 battling out, that's allowed Matty Jones to be able to catch up as well. But he's also put a gap on Pipple Kennedy just behind. So Matty Jones looking quite nicely here in contention. He is definitely improving and catching up on these 2 in front like that. Another fastest lap from Matty Jones, 139.802. But he's going to have to watch that battery and make sure he doesn't wring it out like a sponge, like unfortunately One Wheel Kyle's done. He's unfortunately been using up a bit much that battery. Prodigy and Danny swapping places now. Prodigy getting a little bit of payback for his teammate Royal Rumble. Now Prodigy will be hunting down Looney Man in that sister McLaren there. I was about to say Ferrari. Since when were Ferrari orange? But yeah, Robbo's managing to open that gap up on Coy's Gamer, so it appears that Coy's Gamer was just holding Robbo up, and it looks like Matty Jones is actually closing the gap on Coy's Gamer, so Coy's Gamer could look like he is going to move back possibly, unless he has an answer for the Ferrari behind. Holy great, getting this 3-second time penalty. That is not good. That is just going to add on to it. Nice job, mate. Also got a 5-second time penalty. Unsure what that was for. And I've got a lot of support in the chat there for Kyle there. Come on, Kyle. You could do it, mate. Unfortunately, last week he was having issues with his hardware, with his steering wheel and pedals, so didn't have the greatest of races. But we're hoping that could all change here, especially in this rain. Robo there getting that fastest lap of 138.281. We're just seeing these lap times get quicker and quicker. I'm wondering, is it going to go to dry? Because it certainly seems to be drying up, as there isn't as much rain. Prodigy is actually storming his way through the field from starting, what was it, 18th? We'll have a wee quick look. Yep, 18th he started, so now he's up 9 places. He's the biggest climber up to now. Oh, and his DRS is now enabled, so we're going to have to see some people jumping into the pits and diving in. As, just like One Wheel Kyle, he's going to be the first one in. He could actually have quite a good chance to gain some time here, folks, if he has timed this to perfection. If he has, then absolute winner, chicken dinner. But he's going on the hard compound tyre, so that ain't going to be the best, but it certainly could do him till the end of the race. Robbo managing to increase that gap ever more. It's at 122. It's at 122. It's at 2.3 now, sorry. Oh, and we're seeing yellow flag. That's for Per Bowden. We'll have a wee quick flashback there. Down, and it seems that he's lost control coming out of the hairpin. Get that ugly spectator bit off your screen there. So we'll go back up to the start and we'll see Robbo's jumping in. Koyx, is he going to jump in? Yep, everybody's going to jump in right away. And we'll see, this is going to provide a little bit of a problem for the McLarens here. Oh, and Ginge stays out, and so does Danny. So they two are going to be staying out. That is quite a surprise. Oh, GTR's going slow. GTR's going slow. He must have spun out there. I was seeing Per Bowden jumping in. I think Per Bowden's in. Arg GTR. Are they going to come in also? So Arg is in also. So Per Bowden GTR. He will most definitely be jumping in. So Ginger and Danny are actually the only ones still out on track, and we're going to be seeing how quickly that gap is going to be closing in. We're seeing a big, massive combination of mediums and hards on the track right now, and just in Degna 2 there, he's gained about 4 tenths to 5 tenths. I've seen a yellow flag there. Unsure what that was for, but having a wee quick look, it looks like Robbo is actually gaining something special there. These intermediate tyres are definitely not the tyre to be on, as we could see that it has stopped raining. So we'll see these two folks jumping in right now. And there we go, and we'll see Robbo just whizzing past now, as he managed to close that gap to 7.5 seconds there, coming out of that final corner. Nicely done from him, and it really goes to show the change in the weather and how quick that could come. Now, is Matty Jones going to be able to make a move anytime soon on Koyx Gamer? He's been clawing that way back ever so slightly. Danny and Ginge managing to be in 10th and 11th right now. The gaps are a little bit more increased now. Over we quick look, it's Danny and Ginge are still battling it out. They're still the closest on the track at the moment, besides Matty Jones and Koyx Gamer. Yep, there we go. So I could just get that out there. Sweet. One Wheel Kyle getting the fastest laps. Absolutely smashing, mate. Nicely done there, Kyle. Keep them lap times coming in. And we'll see you in the top 10 in no time. So we'll see how seen Mike Jones. Whoa, what happened there? The big caution. Oh, they two are getting ever so close between each other. Matty Jones does have the better tyre on right now, and he takes the better line after it's getting set offline into the first of the chicane there. DRS is now enabled, and look at that. You can easily tell the speed. But is Pippo Kennedy going to have a wee look? Chuck getting the fastest lap of 130 point something. I didn't manage to see Prodigy making his way past the other Ferrari of Super Striker there. Nicely done from him. But Matty Jones, is he going to now be able to reel in Robbo up there? Danny and Ginge swapping places there. Danny managing to make up that 10th position. Aki and Lee swapping places there. Aki mentioned to get up in the 15th there. Nicely done there from him. We'll have a wee quick look at this top battle here. We've got Chuck, Chuckle, Pippo, Koyx and Matty Jones battling out for that second place. They're all within DRS range of each other. Prodigy, I could tell that he's going to be clawing that way back. We can see he's at 2.2 seconds now, 2.1. He's clawing that back quite quickly here. And we could see him possibly coming up to this battle sooner than we thought. Bazin, well, saying evening, gents, evening, lad. We'll see. It's just myself here tonight, as most of you who has been around since the start of this stream would have noticed. It's just me tonight. Unfortunately, my colleague and co-commentator Joe is busy at the moment. He is unable to attend, but you've got my lovely Scottish voice here tonight. We're 10 laps into this 27 lap race. Oh, and Ginge and Danny swapping places again. These two are really battling it out now, as we're both the only two that didn't pit right away with the rest of the competitors. So we're over a third distance now, and we shall see how things are going to be able to turn out. And we could see this battle here for top two for the second position. Yep, I guess I will have to do for you a bit. But yeah, we'll have a wee quick look further down. We've seen a battle here for 10th that's starting to brew up. We've got a nice job, mate. And Royal Rumble caught back up to the pack for 10th here. We've seen a little bit of a gap between the drivers from 7th to 10th here. Bit of a gap there between them, but we've seen Lee's still the only driver with a penalty at the moment. Oh, and Danny being overtaken, but nice job, mate, going into 130R. Nice job, mate, is going to have the best advantage here now on Ginger's. We can most likely see him taking that 10th position there, as we see that DRS wide open. He's going to have the slipstream also, and look at that, looks like Ginger's just standing still. That DRS advantage there is superior here, as these cars will be running a bit more downforce. Aki and Lee swapping places yet again. Lee unfortunately not having the best of races, had a great qualifying, but unfortunately things haven't seemed to go his way. Same with Koyx. Unfortunately, Robo's managed to get a great start on him, and we've got a great view there of Degna's 1 and 2 there. I'll have a wee quick look further up on how this battle for second place is brewing. Oh, and that's One Wheel Kyle. Oh, and he's 40 seconds down. He must have had a little bit of a slip. That's a bit unfortunate. So you've got a race here on Sunday, and yeah, taking notes. That is no worries whatsoever. Well, I hope your race on Sunday goes all well. And could we see Purple Kennedy? Nope, he's still too far back. Coix Gamer, though, not able to get them hard tyres working as well as the mediums there. But then again, I think, are these folks going to be keeping these mediums until the end? I don't think they will be able to do it till the end. I think they could possibly end up going on a softs near the end. But then again, I'm not in the cockpit there. I always thought that was a funny word, cockpit. No idea how it came about. Yeah, so we've seen quite a lot of action. Just to let you know, Buzzing, it was raining for the first, I think it was 7 or 8 laps there. So, yeah, these guys haven't been on these tyres that long. Yeah, it was 6 or 7, lap 6 or 7 that has stopped raining. So, we're seeing Prodigy climb up 11 places, and he's managing to close that gap on Chuck just ahead and catch up to these folks battling out for second place. Of course, he's going to have to watch his fuel a little, as we can see it's in that yellow zone. Same with Chuck, funnily enough, just ahead of him. Oh, and Matty Jones! Matty Jones looks like he gave it a bit too much throttle there, coming around the final corner. And has he got damage? Nope, it doesn't appear so. But he's trying to get that car back under control again, as them tyres will be toasty hot. As we have a look down at his steering wheel, you can see they're all over 100 degrees Celsius, which is not good. And we can see because of that, he's went in the yellow of the fuel, so he's just in that warning limit. He is just on par right now, so he is going to have to be careful with that. Prodigy, though, just losing a tenth there from the end of that lap. But then again, he's just reeled it right back in. Of course, there's only one DRS section here, and that is the start finish straight. I don't think there is any more rain due. I think it's going to be nice and sunny until the end. These mediums, though, I don't think they're going to be doing these folks much like to the end, that is, as they've already been on them for 6 laps. Purple Kennedy's getting so close to Coix Gamer there. He's going to have the DRS now as he crosses that line. Is he going to be able to make the move? Going down into turn 1 with the aid of the DRS. Ake getting a 3-second time penalty. He's using that overtake. He's got the slipstream. He's got that DRS wide open. And there he is. He moves to the right hand side. And he gets that overtake done nicely. Up into second place for Pippo Kennedy here. He's putting on quite a smashing performance here tonight, folks. Have a wee quick look further back as we see Ake and Lee have been battling it out lap after lap, and now Lee gets ahead again of Ake. Ake moving right back in behind that slipstream to try and get as much, keep as close as he can and get rid of as much of that drag as possible. Of course, there'll still be a bit more than usual, a bit less drag than usual, but it won't be as much as when the DRS is closed. So we're seeing a few people with penalties now. Lee, unfortunately, getting a 5-second time penalty and a 3-second time penalty. Ake's got a 3-second time penalty, and Super Striker also. Everybody's also pit once, except for Will Kyle, who's pit twice. Nice job, mate. Up 11 places. Prodigy up 12. In the lead, down 10. That is your biggest gainers and losers tonight, up to now, folks. And we'll see the tyre strategy. Oh, Jin Jin Danny battling it out yet again. since these two guys pitted, they've just been battling out lap after lap, and it looks like Danny could be coming back at Ginge here, as we see Matty Jones has just came into the pits. I wonder what's wrong with him. Did he get some front wing damage? No, he hasn't. But looking back, Ginge has been overtaken by Danny. Apologies, folks. I had to just check if he had any front wing damage. And, oh, it's just him being overtaken in the pit lane. Never even realised. And these guys are still managing to keep quite close here. And, of course, I could see Robbo just ahead in the distance of a 1.9 seconds ahead. Chuckle looking for that inside move on Coix Gamer. He's got the inside line. Going around the hairpin, but Coix Gamer manages to get the better traction coming out of there. So Chuckle has to stay behind there. Let's see what's happening with Lee and Aki. They two are still staying ever closer to each other and not letting each other get out of their sight. Oh, caution in Sector 2. What has happened? What has happened? Is that at the front or at the back? I think that may have been One Wheel Kyle, unfortunately, who's a lap down. Not been his race, unfortunately. Chuckle and Chuck swapping places there. It looked like Chuckle just had a terrible line there coming out of the final turn there. And Chuck manages to take advantage of that. Prodigy has slipped right back there. He's at 4 seconds now, so these bunch at the top has managed to gain quite a bit of time there. And Robbo has slipped back quite a bunch there. And now he is within the DRS range of Pippo Kennedy just behind. This race is really starting to heat up, folks. I will say that. And we've seen Aki and Lee swapping places yet again. Oh, and I never noticed that Danny's managed to make his way past Royal Rumble now. Nicely done there from Danny there, managing to get rid of Ginge there. Oh, so we've got a VSC now. Who caused that? Who's been the naughty boy? Oh, was that Aki? Did I see Aki off track there? Was there a rogue Aki? So, VSC, we've seen Arg jumping into the pits on this virtual safety car, and he's going in the hard compound, which is quite an interesting one. Oh, Aki going right wide there. That's Spoons. And it looks like, has he got no front wing? Yes, he has. That ain't going to be piercing any shield walls. So he's got to jump into the pit lane, which quite a majority of drivers are actually doing. They're all going on the softs, I'm going to assume. DRS is now enabled though, so these folks haven't really got a cheeky pit stop, unfortunately. Koyx though did get a wee cheeky pit stop. Same as Chuck and Chuckle, they're all still quite close behind each other. Prodigy though also quite close behind with the aid of that VSC. So now are they going to be able to catch up to the folks just ahead, as Koyx Gamer has got to get a second up on Ginge here in order to try and get back up to where he was. Oh, Koyx just going that little bit wide there. Chuckle with a 3-second time penalty. We've got to say these drivers here tonight are actually doing quite well with their penalties. Oh, and it was because he spun. He spun and he's just lost a lot of ground there. That is really unfortunate. Koyx Gamer though managing to get past Ginge there for that 4th position. Ginge out breaking himself, and now he's left himself vulnerable to Chuck And now Prodigy is going to be closing that gap. He's on the fresh, soft tyres. And they are going to be nice and toasty by now to be chasing down that Aston Martin just ahead in 6th position. Prodigy has done a right great race here tonight, folks. Came all the way up from 18th place, and now he is sitting in 7th. He's up 11 places. Got to say, absolutely amazing drive from the Williams man. And now look how quickly he's managed to close that gap. Just goes to show how superior these soft tyres really are. Oh, and there we go, Prodigy moving up the inside of Ginge there, and he does manage to get a bit more better traction, but he's having to go the long way around here. And is he going to have enough speed? He's going to have the inside line for spin, and he backs out. I think he's going to be thinking, I'll get him at the DRS zone. Either that or he's going for it now. Oh, a little bit of contact. He made contact. That little bit of a move there from Ginge, just moving over that slight bit. And didn't help Prodigy, did move over that little bit of light, but he's going to have another shot going into turn 1 with the aid of the DRS here, and he's managed to get an excellent line and get great traction there. Chuck managed to get 129.657, and Prodigy moves right to the right hand side there, almost going into the pit wall there. And now Ginge just lost 2 places to Super Striker and Prodigy there. So he's now down in 8th position from 4th all the way down to 8th. It's certainly not been the best couple of laps for him. Of course, he's got Chuckle and Looneyman closing in behind. 3.2 seconds for Chuckle, and Looneyman is within Chuckle's DRS just behind that. So we could see them two catching up quite quickly. 2.7 now. Jeezy peeps, these guys are closing in that gap quite quickly. Ginge, unfortunately, not managing to get the optimum grip that he's needing compared to these fresher, softer runners. Robo still managing to keep it quite close to Pippo Kennedy, actually. Robo's been overtaken by Pippo Kennedy. I do apologise, folks. I did not notice that. There's been so much going on that I didn't even notice that. So, yeah, this has just been excellent battle from everyone here tonight. Chuck won't have enough battery, unfortunately, to get a move this lap. Can see, no, Super Striker's just a little bit too far behind. We'll have a look and see what the gap is to the leader right now, and we'll see what Chuck, he's 11.8 seconds behind. Is he going to manage to close that gap? Of course, he's got a little bit more traffic just ahead. He could possibly close that gap and get a third, I would say. It will be quite close, though, as we have got 7 laps remaining. Oh, one wheel Kyle, after doing so well and not getting any penalties, he unfortunately ends up getting one. Chuck, though, right on the tail of Koyak's Gamer just ahead, who's on the medium compound tyres. Of course, what is going to be the quickest right now? Ginge being overtaken by Chuckle, who's got the inside line for 130R. And oh my god, there's Liddyman looking for a move and getting squeezed out there by Ginge on the entry into the final chicane. Oh, and Liddyman just gets too much in that dirty air and it just spits him up there. Unfortunately, he has lost a lot of ground, and now Mike Jones could be looking at him thinking, yep, you're mine soon enough. wee quick look further upfield. We've got Robo still battling out with the AlphaTauri of Pippo Kennedy for that first position. He's still sitting quite nicely. He's just saving that battery. Well, both of them really are saving that battery quite nicely, I will say. And just managing to pull each other along, no battling or anything. Nice job, mate, saving that battery for when Koyaks or Chuck show up. Will Chuck or Robo be doing anything this lap? I don't think they will be. Chuck needs to save that battery. You can't use overtake if you've got 0% battery, my friend. That is a no-go. But I will say these batteries don't really charge up as well as they should, I will say. Look at that amazing front camera view on that nose cone of that Haas there. And he is sticking awful close to the back of that AlphaTauri right there. It's almost like he's pushing him along. Just managing to stick right in close, and he looks like he could be going for a move any time now, possibly at the end of this lap. So, folks, I will say, start getting your comments in for driver of the day. Up to now, I will say I'm not gonna call anyone just yet, as anything could really happen. We've still got plenty of time for all that to change up. But I would just like to hear you guys' input there in the spectator bench. What are we looking? It looks like Robo is going for the move now. He's got that DRS, and he just absolutely breezes past Pippo Kennedy there with the aid of that DRS. Now, is he going to be able to get that gap that he needs? As he knows that he got a nice job mate just behind that and could possibly have the softer runners behind him, but it looks like he could have it covered. Looking further back, Prodigy still managing to close that gap ever so slightly on Chuck. Chuck using that battery up, and you could see him flashing that rear light, showing that he is going at lower speeds now compared to the rest of them. Is when it gets below 10%, we know that is when it starts flashing, and that's when it starts putting out less of a charge and stops giving you as much of a boost. Robo not managing to clear Pippo Kennedy as quick as he wanted to. Ake has decided to pull out. That is unfortunate. He's just not having the best of time there, unfortunately, but he decides to pull out of this Grand Prix. Super Striker, though, and Prodigy caught right up to Chuck there, and could possibly see a move here from either one of them. GTR getting a 3-second time penalty. That's not going to make much difference in the grand scheme of things for him, as he's got quite a big gap on either side of him. So we could see this battle really heating up in the closing laps. Whoa, what was that? Was that oh, that was a Mercedes of Ake there, who retired from his Grand Prix. And we're seeing this is a battle for fourth now, as Quiet's Gamer has slipped down. And we're seeing that AlphaTauri of One Wheel Kyle, who is a couple of laps down, unfortunately. Not been the best of races for him, as he's now been overtaken by the lead lap runners for the second time, I do believe, which is a bit unfortunate. And now we're seeing this whole gaggle of cars, and they're all battling out for that fourth position. That gap between third and fourth is increasing now, so these hard runners are starting to pull away. Nice job, mate, actually starting to pull away. He's actually gaining up on Prodigy, Pipple Kennedy, sorry. And talking about that, oh, Ginge into the wall there. That looks like that may have been contact. I don't think that was. I don't think that was from traction loss, as it was too far around. That was quite unfortunate for Ginge. I think he's got a broken front wing now, is he? Yep, he has. He's got that right end plate broken. Moving back up, Koyaks and Chuck battling out there around turn 2 there. They're going side by side there. Nicely done there from Koyaks there, managing to defend at that fourth position. And Chuck, unfortunately, he's going to have to get this done quickly, as the tyres will be running out. And this will be when the medium tyres will start coming into their own. Ginge, unfortunately, retiring from this Grand Prix, so we've only had 2 retirees up to now, and that is Ake and Ginge, who've both retired in the pit lane, so we've had no safety cars up to now. Up to now, there won't be a safety car. There's only been a virtual safety car. Chuck losing that position on Prodigy at the hairpin there. That is a bit unfortunate there from Chuck, who's just not able to keep them soft tyres working. I think possibly Prodigy's just a little bit better working. And well, he has got that little bit extra battery. Super Striker, though, could be looking for a move on Chuck in the closing moments. But then again, his battery is still the same as Chuck's. And Koyaks is all these 4. So it's all going to come down to driver skill, really, in the end. There's going to be no ERS pretty much for the both of them. Robbo has actually lost the lead there, and One Wheel Kyle has decided to retire, I think. No, he has retired coming out of Spoon, which was a bit unfortunate. Robbo, though, has been overtaken here for the lead. Pipple Kennedy, this has been absolutely smashing. I do apologise, folks, for not getting it all on stream there. And yeah, John, I've got to agree, up to now, definitely, especially if he manages to get this move on Koyak's Gamer here. But then again, looking at that fuel indicator there at the bottom of the screen is flashing red, which means he is under fuel. So he's going to have to ease off and do a bit of lifting and coasting. So he's going to have to make sure that he gets this move done right nice and quickly, or he's going to have to settle for 5th place. But then again, all in all, from 13th place, that has been quite an achievement there, and it looks like he is starting to slip back from that Red Bull, who is sitting in 4th position. We'll flash back up to the top 2 here for now, and we'll see, is Robbo going to be able to come back? I don't think he is. I think this is going to be how it is going to be, unless he has got anything to say. Oh, and then again, it looks like he is awful close here. He's got a full tank of battery, and he's going to be using it. I'm surprised he hasn't used as much up to now. And he's not using it at all. Oh, and Chuck has spun out. That is unfortunate. He was doing so well there. So now Super Striker up to 6th position there. And could Chuck possibly be overtaken by his brother? Coming up, we'll have a wee quick look, as he appears to be going quite slow, and it looks like it's because he is running quite low on fuel. Yep, he's in low fuel mode, I think. He is. He's run out of fuel. And so is Prodigy. Prodigy's run out of fuel also. And it looks like Super Striker is also going to run out of fuel unless he slows up. Nice job, mate. Could also run out of fuel. Same with Robbo. We're seeing all these folks could possibly be running out of fuel before this race. They were expecting a safety car. No safety car has appeared, and it looks like they're going to pay the price for trying to get that little bit extra there. Nice job, mate. Flashing red there. Is he going to be going into that low fuel mode anytime soon? He may just be able to hold on to that 3rd place. Yep, as Koyaks is just losing power now. Is Robbo going to be overtaken by nice job, mate? No, it looks like Robbo's just got enough to hold on to that second place. But Pippo Kennedy gets the win. Robbo in second. Nice job, mate, in third. Koyaks Gamer in fourth. We've got a Super Striker. He's coming around the corner in fifth there. Nice work there from him. Looney Man, he's flashing red too. He could be coming home in sixth with his teammate in seventh there. Absolutely smashing job there from them. Chuckle, what happened to Chuckle? Where did he come? Has he run out of fuel too? He has. So many people have been run out of fuel here. Danny to the line. We'll have a wee quick look further back. Matty Jones has run out of fuel. Prodigy. Prof, though, is looking to gain quite a bit here due to these people running out of fuel. Prof goes up to ninth place. Prodigy, he underfuels and he ends up down in ninth place. So he only gains 8 positions. Royal Rumble ends up down in 11th. Chuck in 12th. Chuckle has entered the pit lane and comes to the line. He comes home in 13th. Perrin Bowden, he's running out of fuel, and so is Lee. These guys really, really should have just fueled up that little bit more just to make sure. But unfortunately, that is it come to an end. And just waiting for Lee to crawl his way back to the line to finish this race off. And I will say that was an absolutely smashing race. There we'll have it, folks. That is the end of the Japanese Grand Prix there. Absolutely smashing race there from everyone out there. Nice job, mate, getting that driver of the day from the game. But I want to hear your thoughts and opinions, folks. How things went for you guys. What do you guys think? Driver of the day. Liam there saying another podium there. Nicely done there. So, Pippo Kennedy getting that win. Nicely done from him. Moving up from third place. Robbo in second there. Absolute smashing race from both of them. Nice job, mate. In third, he was a reserve. Starting at the back of the grid. Going up to third. Nicely done from him. Koyaks Gamer in fourth. Super Striker fifth. Looney Man sixth. Danny was in seventh. Matty Jones eighth. Prof in ninth. Prodigy 10th. Royal Rumble 11th. And then it was Chuck and Chuckle in 12th and 13th. 14th had Perrin Bowden. 15th was Lee. GT Org and Arg rounded out the final finishers. Ginge unfortunately retiring it in the pit lane come the end. One Wheel Kyle unfortunately retiring, and Aki retiring in the pit lane also. So there you have it, folks. That is the end of the Grand Prix, and I will say, absolutely smashing race. Chuck getting that fastest lap of 129.657. So just give me a few moments here. So we'll just give it a moment and see if anyone is going to join. So it doesn't look like it's Doesn't look like anyone is going to join. Just give me a few moments here. So, folks, it doesn't appear that anyone is going to be joining for interviews here tonight. But I want to say, driver of the day for me has to be Pippo. That's brilliant strategy from him and attacking at the right times. Unfortunately, Robbo not using that ERS as much as he can in the final stages there. Bit of a tough one, but hey ho, still great racing there from everyone. And yeah, so I will be with you guys on Monday, and I think if I remember right, that is Austria? No, I'm probably wrong. Give me 2 seconds, and I will let you guys know. So it'll be Imola, my mistake. So it's going to be myself and Joe with you guys on Monday next week for Tier 1. So please tune into that at 8 o'clock UK time. So until then, like, share, subscribe, do what you gotta do. And until then, peace out.